Hello students. Students, welcome you all to the English class. And now let's continue our 7th chapter, Glimpses of India. And today we will do third part of this chapter, that is Tea from Assam. So now let's start. Third part, Tea from Assam. Students, as you know, Assam is famous for tea plantation. So here in this part we will read about tea from Assam, about tea bushes, about tea plants and the discovery of the tea, and also the season when it is produced. So now let's start. Pranjul, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjul's father is a manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjul has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. Here in this part, Tea from Assam, we are going to read about Pranjal and Rajveer. They both are the friends, they both are the classmates and study in Delhi. Whereas Pranjal belongs to Assam and his father is a manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam. And Pranjal has invited his friend Rajveer to visit his home, Assam, during the summer vacations. And now they both are coming to the Assam. Chai garam garam chai, a vendor called out in a high pitched voice. As they both are on the railway station, and a vendor calls out in high pitched voice, in a high sound, and he asks them for the garam chai. He came up to their window and asked, Chai Saab, give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Now, the vendor came to their window and he asked about the chai. Then Pranjal told him that they want 2 cups, and they started drinking the tea, and also they found that everybody in their compartment was taking tea. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. Phew, exclaimed Pranjal, tea really is very popular. Then Rajveer informed him that as he had information about the teacups, how many cups are taken every day. Then he told him that every day over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk throughout the world. And then Pranjal exclaimed, he said that tea really is very much popular. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. Now, the train pulled out of the station and Pranjal again became busy in reading his detective book. But Rajveer, as he was also very much fan, he was the strongest fan of the detective stories. But at this moment, he wanted to look outside and he wanted to enjoy the beautiful scenery. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. Now he was looking outside, he was enjoying the beautiful scenery outside, and he found that everywhere there was greenery, there was green and green everywhere, and he had never seen so much greenery before in his life. And then the soft green paddy fields, rice fields, gave way to bushes. Now the paddy fields are left behind, and now the way has come where they can see there are tea bushes outside. It was a magnificent view. It was a splendid, very beautiful view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Now, as his eyes could see, he saw that he could see the sea of tea bushes. Sea of tea bushes mean there were the tea bushes in abundance. There were many tea bushes outside. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll like figures. And also he found that as a tiny he was firstly he found that the tea plants were looking tiny as the dwarf, but actually they were very tall, they were sturdy, they were very strong shade trees. And amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll like figures. And also he could see that in between the orderly rows of bushes he could see that the bushes, the plants were moving because of the wind was blowing, and it seemed that they were looking just like doll. Their figure was just like doll. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. And at a distance they could see that there was an ugly building, very bad building, which was smoking, which was throwing smoke out of their tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajvir cried excitedly. But as Rajvir saw a tea garden, he spoke excitedly. He cried. Pranjul, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajvir's excitement. But Pranjul did not share his excitement. Actually, he was born and brought up in this plantation in the Assam, where he could every time see tea plantation, so he was not so much excited. So he didn't share the excitement of Rajvir. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last your lifetime. Then he said, this is our tea country. Now Assam is a tea country. And also he said that Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. In the world, only in the Assam, the largest concentration of plantations of tea could be found. You will see enough gardens to last your lifetime. Also, he said that here are so many gardens that he had never seen in his lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajvir said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. And then he said that he had read much about the tea plants, and actually no one knew how the tea was discovered. But also he said that there are the many legends, there are many stories which are listened, which are heard from generation to generations. What legends? Then Pranjal asked about what legends he knew. Well, there is the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. Now he started telling one story, and he said that there was a Chinese emperor and he always drank water which was boiled. Before drinking, he always boiled the water. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. But one day, what happened? One day, some few leaves of the branches which were burning under the pot, they suddenly fell into the water, and the water gave a very delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves, and it is said that the leaves that fell into the water who gave the delicious flavor were the tea leaves. So here he said about one legend that there was a Chinese emperor who was always in the habit of drinking boiled water, and one day when the water was being boiled, suddenly some leaves fell into the water, the leaves that were burning under the pot, they fell into the water and gave the water a delicious flavor, and these were the tea leaves. Tell me another, scoffed Pranjol. Now Pranjol became very much excited. Now he wanted to hear the another story of the discovery of the tea. Then he started another story. We have an Indian legend too. And he said that there is a one story which belonged to India also. Earlier he has told a story which belonged to Chinese emperor, and now he said that there is a story which belongs to India. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. Ascetic means a person who lives a simple life. And now he started a story. He told about Bodhidharma. He was a Buddhist. He lived a simple life, and also he cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy while meditations. Now he thought that if he would cut his eyelids, he would not sleep. and his meditations would not be disturbed. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids, and it is said that the tea plants grew out of the eyelids that were cut by Bodhidharma. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. And it is said that when these eyelids were put in the hot water and when this hot water was drunk, it banished the sleep of the Bodhidharma. So there is an Indian legend about Bodhidharma who was an Buddhist ascetic, and he said that as he was during his meditations he didn't want to be disturbed by anyone, so as he was also disturbed by his sleep, so he cut off his eyelids, and his eyelids were when were put into hot water, and the hot water was drunk, his sleep was banished. So tea was first drunk in China, Rajveer added, as far back as 2700 BC. And Rajveer also said that the tea was first time drunk in China, and it was about 2700 BC back. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. And also, he said that some words like chai and chini are also taken from China. And firstly, it came to China, and then it came to Europe, and also it came to Europe in the 16th century. And there it is drunk as medicine, not as a beverage. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Now the train arrived at Mariani Junction. Both the boys, Pranjol and Rajveer, they collected their luggage and they boarded down the train and they went through the crowded platform. Pranjol's parents were waiting for them, and now they had reached to their destination as Pranjol's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dhekiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. As we have read in the starting of the chapter that Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea garden, and now they started driving towards Dhekiabari, which is where is the tea garden, which is managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. Veered means changed direction. After an hour, the car changed the direction and it took the road main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dhekiabari tea estate. Now they crossed the cattle bridge and they entered Dhekiabari, that was tea estate. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. Pruned means cleaned out and cut out. And now on the both sides of the gravel road, on the stony road, they could see that there were acre upon acre of tea bushes, and all were pruned, all were cleaned and cut out in the same height. They were of the same shape. All the tea bushes were of the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. And they also saw there were the groups of tea pluckers. They were carrying their bamboo basket on their backs, and also they were wearing plastic aprons. And while wearing these dresses, they were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. Then, as they were moving forward, they saw a tractor and it was pulling a trailer load of tea leaves, and Pranjal's father slowed down his car and let him to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. Yields mean produce. Now, Rajveer said that this is the second flush or this is the sprouting period, and also it lasts from May to July and gives the best production of tea. Mr. Barua is name of Pranjal's father. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. Now Pranjal's father became surprised after hearing these words that even Rajveer knew about the production of the tea, about the best season of it. And then he said him that it seems that you have done your homework before coming. Homework means here he has got enough knowledge regarding the tea plants before coming to the Assam. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajveer admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. Then Rajveer admitted he made him sure that he had really got enough knowledge regarding the tea plants, but also at the same time he said that as he was now here in the tea plantations in Assam, and also he wants to get more and more knowledge about tea, about the tea plants. So, students, this is all about the chapter, and I hope you have understood. Now, today we have completed chapter number 7, all the three parts of the chapter. Okay, students, goodbye and have a nice day.